Ryan Gosling is reportedly Marvel's top choice for Ghost Rider. So let's get right into this and some other stuff about Hall H as well. So first topic is that Ryan Gosling is Marvel's top choice for Ghost Rider. So that first part, let's talk about that. So we knew this for a while. Well, yeah, kind of. We knew it for a while. Did we know for a while? Maybe I'm getting mixed up. If I'm not wrong. So let me go through the timeline real quick. So Ryan Gosling for a while made it known that he wanted to be Ghost Rider. And Marvel didn't really want him as Ghost Rider. They wanted him as, who was it? Nova. And we know that they had the Nova thing going on. That was getting changed. It was like a show to a movie. Stuff, it's a special presentation. It's kept getting changed. And now it's just vaulted pretty much. That just got shut down indefinitely pretty much now. Like literally a few days ago, if I'm not wrong. So we know that's done with. And also Marvel was just focusing more on Ghost Rider because he was actually going to be in movies that were significant. Also for was it the Midnight Suns? So essentially, yeah, we know that Marvel, they've been trying to get Ghost Rider and Doomsday, and at first we're like, was it gonna just be like a cameo for Ghost Rider, like Nicolas Cage, or they just bringing him back for like a cameo? And then we weren't too sure. We're like, is this that route where it's just like a one-time thing, cameo, or are they actually trying to get like their own 616 Ghost Rider? And turns out it's like that. They're trying to get their own Ghost Rider. And I'm pretty sure that follows up a report from like this past week, maybe, kind of saying that. But besides the point, they want Ryan Gosling to appear in Doomsday. And the thing about, what was I going to say? Yeah, the thing about him being Ghost Rider is that, it connects to Midnight Suns. Because he's going to have a long-term commitment to this. It's not just like him appearing in Doomsday just for a cameo, like if it was Nicolas Cage. He's going to actually have to do, like, honestly, a good amount of work. Like sign like a multi-picture deal. So it's a big commitment. It's like the whole thing as well, obviously. Doing the interviews too, like the whole press. The marketing for it, it's a whole thing. It's honestly pretty taxing. Also, you gotta be on standby any moment to do reshoots. Because Marvel always has like extra time designated from the beginning of the production for reshoots at the end. So like you literally gotta be on standby. Like you literally can't be doing like other stuff, other products while you're doing Marvel stuff. Is honestly, it's taxing. So, but it seems he's more willing to do it because he's in the Star Wars universe now. Because he's in the movie called Star Wars Starfighter, and that was rumored for a bit, and then they confirmed at Star Wars Celebration that he's gonna be in it with Sean Levy? He's the director of it as well. And if you don't know, that director, he also directed Deadpool and Wolverine. So yeah, there's a connection there. Just Canadians, man. This is a W. I love this. As a Canadian myself, this is great. Besides the point, it says here Ryan Gosling is Marvel's top choice for Ghost Rider. The only obstacle is Star Wars Starfighter. If everything aligns, he'll appear in Doomsday. So, okay, let's just talk about Star Wars Starfighter for a minute. Sorry, that movie. Will it actually ever come out? Because Star Wars is known just for delaying the movies into like the abyss, and just like them never coming out, like just greenlighting a whole bunch of stuff. And just for it to never come out or just get canceled, But this one can't, bro. I'm not gonna count it out that like it doesn't like it makes no like movement, because I think it will, but like there's always that chance. Even though like Ryan Gosling, like you got an A-list actor in him and just like a really good director and Sean, there's always a chance still. Like this is like a really big project, so you would assume they have prioritized like at their top, hopefully like their number one thing. But who knows? I don't know, just for the track record. But that could play in favor. Like, I know that sounds kind of like, like selfish, like greedy, but if the Star Wars thing doesn't pan out, that literally just gives him more time to do Marvel. Or maybe the time that he needs to do Marvel, like as a, because like I said, it's like a full-time thing. So, yeah. And also, Star Wars thing is only one movie. So I don't know. I don't know how much he signed for on Star Wars, if it was just a one movie deal thing. I don't know about that. So that kind of depends on that as well, factors in there. But yeah, like I said, Midnight Suns, he's going to have to do that as well. Because we know that also another report came out today that Marvel's going to focus on the, like they're going to have a whole like Supernatural saga, if I'm not wrong. Focus on the Supernatural side, which is absolutely cool. And we know that Ghost Rider is going to play a big part of that, the Midnight Suns in general. So there's going to be a lot of Ghost Rider. So, this is insane. This is absolutely insane. Ryan Gosling he's pretty much getting offered his dream job here for Marvel. He's wanted to be Ghost Rider for so long. So yeah, this is about probably the scheduling and stuff. Obviously, the money he's gonna get, bro. He's gonna get the bread. Okay, they're not gonna fumble us. And let me know think about that down below. The next part is that, or the next topic is that Marvel will not have a major Hall H panel at San Diego Comic-Con this year. And this is huge news because, like, obviously we know Doomsday got delayed, and that might have some part to do in this. I think it probably does. But like, also every year, right? If I'm not wrong, Marvel's done Hall H every year since, like, I don't know how long, since I was like a kid, man. As long as I remember, and every year they have just something huge. Like last year, RDJ, no one saw that coming. No one saw that coming. Absolutely huge. Just each year, and I think the year before that, or the year before that, 2023 or 2024 or 2022, sorry, they had the whole they announced the whole Kang Dynasty and stuff or whatever, the Secret Wars, whatever, like the Avengers movies, like their whole slate, like the whole everything. I'm like each time it's insane like that. Like just looking forward to every year the slates, announcements. It's just hype each year. Like look forward to it as Marvel fans, Marvel nerds, and this is not gonna happen now, which is upsetting. But then again, look at it after like this year, the stuff that they've already announced they're gonna release, like in terms of like new actual product or projects that are in development coming out like in the future, like next year, they have not much. Spider-Man, but then again, that's like a Sony thing, so you got to factor that in. And then you got Avengers Doomsday, obviously, well, Fantastic Four this year, but we're not really talking about that. Like actual like new stuff. Like after that, it's not really much out there, right? Punisher, Daredevil, only a few things, and they're not announcing anything else because they just got to focus on this. They're honing in on this. They know the stuff's got to get like it's got to be good. So it's not really much. It's kind of dry out there if you think about it, but it's just for quality. So honestly, rather quality, and I'm kind of happy that they're kind of skipping it, because if you have nothing, don't just announce things. Like it seemed like when Kevin announced the Avengers movies, like the whole like 1 or 2 years ago, that big slate in the future with the Avengers movies, it was like it just seemed like they're just doing that just for it seemed like a desperate attempt, just to build hype, get some fans back. And just don't announce stuff if it's not ready, okay? Because at that point, then you're just gonna cause more problems down the line, okay? But also, just let them. They're gonna put all their time and effort into the Avengers movies right now, just with Doomsday, and yeah, I think it'll go well. They obviously delayed it so that they can put more effort into it, have some more time. But yeah, honestly, this don't take this as a bad thing, but the thing here is that now this gives the DCU, the opportunity for James Gunn to just literally take over this year. That's what gives the opportunity, because we know that he's going to be at San Diego Comic-Con. So if DCU does a panel, I kind of talked about that in my Superman video, previous one. Go watch that if you haven't already. This gives them an opportunity to take over. We might be seeing the beginning. Like, this might sound crazy, but we might be seeing the beginning of the DCU, I guess, taking over, or maybe even surpassing Marvel. Because in the current state, it's not that crazy thing to say. If you told me this like 5 years ago, I would be like, what the hell? And that's back also with the DCEU, which is a bit different. But still, you get my point. DC surpassing Marvel? Really? It could happen. Yeah, so it said that a follow-up to it was that Marvel Studios reportedly thought it didn't feel like the right timing for a Hall H panel following the delays of Avengers films. Yeah, like, I just don't think they really have much to talk about, right? You're not going to just... Kevin must learn, learn from his mistakes in the past. Just don't announce stuff way in advance, especially when you know all this stuff can happen. Like, just don't do that. So I'm glad he learned his lesson from that. And the studio will have a presence at San Diego Comic-Con this year, and there could be some surprise in store. And I like some like the cool pop-ups they have there, whatever, the stuff they show, the tech, whatever, just like that. Part of Fantastic Four. It's still cool if you're into that. But yeah, let me know what you think about that down below. Kevin Feige and Matt Shakman, which is the director of the Fantastic Four, attended the screening of the Fantastic Four First Steps. So we talked about the screening as well, and that I also found out after that video from yesterday, that was a public test screen. That's why stuff was getting leaked. And also, it seemed pretty intentional as well. But this is kind of insane that Kevin Feige and Matt Shakman were both there. So they were really, this is very important. That's what it means. They really want to know the feedback on this. So yeah, that's why. And also, it's unheard of them doing public testings. Usually Marvel's just internal ones. That's another thing. And the screening did include the post-credit scene. Those rumors are not put to bed. I was skeptical about that, but no, it's true. Which is, yeah, that's pretty insane. I'm shocked about that. Makes it seem like they're nervous about it. But I don't know, up until this point, I'm like, it seemed like they were pretty happy about it, right? The reports saying that they were high on the Fantastic Four. But this kind of makes it seem kind of shaky, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just misreading it. Let me know what you think down below about that. And the last thing is that details on EA's canceled Black Panther game. So if you don't know, a few days ago, it was announced that the Black Panther game from EA got canceled. Okay, it's sad news. There's a lot of people that were working on the Black Panther game also were from Monolithic, who were like working on the Wonder Woman game, and then if I'm not wrong, the studio got shut down, and a lot of people there lost their jobs, and also the game got canceled. So it was just upsetting. And those people, some of them went to work on the Black Panther game, and now that's canceled. And I think they closed. I might be wrong on this, but I think they might close the studio that was working on the Black Panther game as well, which is just sad. Like a lot of people are just losing their jobs. It's just upsetting. You never want to see people lose their job. But yeah, it says the game was in pre-production for 4 years. That's a long time for pre-production. So that means the game wasn't even really there. Also, we knew they announced it way too early. We realized that, not too long after, 2023. But still, yeah, this makes sense. The game was nowhere near being done. And main villains were Skrulls invading Wakanda, which could, seems cool. I don't really have much to say about that. Okay, I'm like, okay, that's intriguing. New system inspired by the Nemesis system, which was being built for the game. And yeah, a lot of these games, Wonder Woman game as well, was incorporating the Nemesis system. And it's because, if I'm not wrong, EA has like a copyright on it, like a patent where only they can have access to this. It's their system. If anyone tries to use it, bro, they're getting some legal action real quick. So yeah. And pretty much every game they have that they're trying to put this Nemesis system in, just gets absolutely just canned. Like, it's cursed. I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, they have this great system, and it's just not being used because all the games, they keep on just canning those. Like, it's upsetting. It's actually upsetting. Playable characters include T'Challa, Killmonger, and Shuri, all competing for the mantle of Black Panther. So that is interesting there. Okay, I would have been interested to see how that goes. Yeah, it is upsetting though, because obviously Black Panther, we love Black Panther, and just having a game about him would be cool. Especially one that's literally about him, particularly focusing on him. It would have been cool to see his abilities. But luckily, we had what was that game called? The Captain America one and the Black Panther one. That one's more narrative driven than I'd say gameplay. I'd be surprised if gameplay was just as good as the narrative. But still, at least, we'll get to see him in there. And I don't know, maybe we're able to play this. I'm not too sure about that. But still, that game looks fire. So at least we still have that. But still, this is it's upsetting news. Yeah, let me know what you think about that down below. And that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next one. Peace.